So this is the last question for this session, right? The fifth question. Let us see it. Discuss several ways in which microorganisms can help in meeting current fuel shortage, right? 150 words, 10 marks, 2023, right? So again, they are being very specific about it. They are asking one thing, one sector of the application, and then asking it for 10 marks. Usually if they let's say if they asked this in 15 marks, they would give you some context or some other point also to write. Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward answer. You can take, the best thing is you can take inputs about current fuel shortages and microorganisms in alternate fuels from environment also. So you can take input from environment and science and technology, and you can club them to develop an answer. See, you should understand one thing, that in mains they will try to throw you a curve ball. Let's say the dusra of Harbhajan, something like that. The point is you have to be ready with content. Many times you will develop answer on the spot, but that doesn't mean you will create the content on the spot. You will create the structure. You will just catch things from other sides, other subjects also. You will relate everything and then club it up to give a good package, right? So this is how it actually happens in main examination. So what is the blueprint? Let's say you start with the context. Again, you will see that most of the times I try to avoid the definition. Although it's not a wrong approach, you should do it if you're not able to think about anything else, right? Start with the context. Briefly mention microorganisms which are used for biofuel production. Discuss how microorganisms can help in meeting the current shortages. And the last one is, of course, benefits and challenges. Sorry, this is a value addition. Conclusion is solution based approach should be there, right? So this is a 10 marker question. That's why there are some value additions. If this comes into let's say it turns into a 15 marker question, you can add the value addition content, right? So what is the context right now in global arena? There are obviously shortages because of various factors. Let's say there is a demand also because of environmental impact. Also some production is being affected, and there are geopolitical issues like wars going on. Like microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, and algae, they offer sustainable solutions. Just a simple introduction which provides the proper context to the examiner. Please think from the examiner's angles also. Let's say, just imagine yourself an examiner, and if you you're checking 100 of copies in a day, if there is something refreshing like this, that will obviously catch the attention. Okay, you have to be creative in intro and conclusion, because body structure is mostly same for everybody, because the question is asking something. You have to write according to the question only. Introduction and conclusion can be creative from your side, right? They can make you stand out. So microorganism helps in, or can help in, following ways. Now I have tried to have a different approach in this question, by which I'll explain the microorganisms. Let's say we have the first topic. I'll explain the first topic. We have the first topic, bioethanol from sugarcane and corn. I have given the source also. Then what microorganisms we are going to use, or let's say process uses. Then the example where it is happening, or if something is happening in research, or if any country is using it. Also in further points I have given process also. Process is a small subheading that explains what is happening in the process. So this is a very creative approach which I have brought for you. Please try to be creative like this. This is just a different way of presenting the same content which you will write in paragraph form. Okay. So what are the microorganisms in the first point? Yeast and certain bacteria. Now I have to read sometimes from the board, because this is a very technical answer. But then again, I have tried to keep things very, very simple. What are the examples? See, Brazil is a pioneer in ethanol, bioethanol. They have petrol pumps biofuel pumps all across the country. They are actually the second largest producer after USA. India has E20 policy also, and according to an answer in the parliament, it can reduce $4 billion import of fuel, right? So all these things are there. So this is also, you can here write the benefit or usage or whatever, but I have just clubbed it under example. It is much easier to write in this way. Don't try to complicate things. Next is biodiesel from vegetable oils and algae. What are the microorganisms used? Algae and bacteria. Waste vegetable oil is used and converted into biofuel. That is the process. or the source is waste cooking oil, correct? What are the examples? IIT and CSIR have developed a special algae for biodiesel, right? So biodiesel, here it was bioethanol, right? You can also club these two under biofuels, but I won't advise this because this gives you more, let's say, this helps you in giving an impression to the examiner that you have diverse knowledge, right? Next is biogas from agriculture and municipal waste. Basically, this means waste to energy. Now, there is a very typical microorganism used here. If you don't remember it, that's fine. That is methanogenic archaea. Okay, very typical word, very difficult word. It's okay if you don't remember it. It's not compulsory to write all this. Main thing is example and the process if you can write. So what is the process? Anaerobic digestion is there, that is without oxygen, by microorganisms on organic waste. We all know this, right? What are the examples? We have a biogas and manure management program. We have a national program on this which promotes biogas production. And then Pune Municipal Corporation, they convert the municipal waste into biogas. Next is, now we'll come to some technologies which are new and lesser known, right? Lesser known technologies. Biohydrogen. Now hydrogen is produced, what is the process? Hydrogen is produced from water, correct? By the biological or microorganisms. So production of hydrogen from water, and it gives us a clean and renewable source of energy. What are the microorganisms used? Bacteria and a special bacteria called Clostridia, right? So for biohydrogen, research is going on currently in USA to develop this, because hydrogen fuel cells are also important, and we have discussed them. We have discussed hydrogen fuel cells in prelims PYQ for 2024. Fifth is microbial fuel cell. Now a lot of bacteria are used in this. Process is micro fuel cell uses bacteria to generate electricity directly from organic matter. Okay, what are the examples? Although right now only research is going on at the University of Pennsylvania in USA. Next, this is a very interesting point. Okay, advanced biofuels. These are basically biobutanol, and why it is famous, or why have I included this point here in this section? Because biobutanol has higher energy or gives higher energy output than ethanol, so it can directly replace petrol, diesel, gasoline basically, right? So microorganisms are engineered. They are not, let's say, they naturally don't produce biobutanol. They are engineered, they are genetically modified. Engineered strains of bacteria and yeast is used, right? So process I have already explained, it is called biobutanol. Right, it has high energy content than ethanol, hence can directly replace gasoline, right? So let us come to the conclusion. See, microorganisms, as we have seen, they are providing versatile usage. You can use them at a lot of places, right? And it can lead to reduction in greenhouse gases. They can promote energy security. Use terms like this: energy security, food security, especially to give a boost to the conclusion. In the answer, please, focus on what is being asked. In the conclusion and intro, get as creative as you want, right? Then again, I have pointed out some challenges, like I have told you before, biotechnology is created in labs. So a lot of technology that is created in labs is sometimes not translated to, let's say, the farm, or let's say the people who are generally going to use that biotechnology output. Economic viability, that means things are quite costly and they should be able to used by poorer section of the society also, right? So these are the things that need to be addressed for improved benefits. Finally, value addition. Briefly, let us see the benefits of microbial fuel sources. They are renewable and sustainable because they are from natural resources, unlike finite fossil fuels. Second is reduced greenhouse gas emissions. I have discussed this in conclusion also. So I have put the conclusion from these things only, briefly explaining what are the important points in conclusion. So biofuels have lower carbon footprint, which leads to mitigating climate change, which is the need of the hour. Third is energy security is provided, like I have mentioned energy security, right? So energy security is provided by biofuels. This will help us reduce the import cost, as I have mentioned also, that we can save billion of dollars by not importing certain fuels. It will lead to rural development because biofuel production can be increased in rural areas faster than urban areas because of the availability of raw material. Waste management, of course, biogas production, microbial fuel cells, they can be used to create, let's say, renewable resources, renewable gases from waste that is organic. What is now second topic in value addition? What are the challenges and way forward? Like I've discussed in the conclusion itself, scalability needs to be there. That means if you are creating something in the lab, it should be able to be replicated 1,000 times, crore of times for every customer. Cost effectiveness is obviously important. Research and development is costly, sadly. So sometimes things that are created in research and development, they are costly itself. So these things need to be made cheaper so that everybody can use them. Feedstock availability. Now this is an important issue because, like I've told you before, sugarcane and corn can be used to create, right, biofuels. So the thing is, you need to remember that we humans also use sugarcane and corn, right? So point is, if the biofuel industry is also demanding a lot of sugarcane, corn, and useful bacteria, which humans use, so there will be a competition. Hence, we need to find alternative feedstock, that means alternative raw materials for biofuels, right? Technological advancements. See, in biotechnology, we have genetic engineering, synthetic biology. They are needed, but they are not that much efficient at the level which we need right now. Okay. Policy support. Of course, government needs to support. We need policy also, we need regulation also, we need awareness also, so that people go into this sector more and trust the sector more. Of course, you should not trust blindly. The trust should come after the proper clearances by various committees like GEAC that we have for biotechnology, like GM crops, right? All right. So that brings us to the end of this session. I hope you have learned some things, and I hope I'll see you in the next session. So that is all, and please give us some feedback in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, you are welcome. If you have any doubts, you are welcome more and more to please discuss things with us in the comment section, right? So that is all. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.